Kia ora Internet, my name's Limliss, and this is going to be my guide to killing black dragons in RuneScape. This is my first video, so I apologise if I pronounce things differently or speak quite quickly. I am a New Zealander, and that's just part of our speech, and I do apologise for it. I'm hoping to make a lot of these guides through Slayer, because I haven't played for a while. I thought it'd be a good idea to get back in and start making some guides. It's the first thing, and I thought I'd give it a go. So, I'm not amazing at the game. I actually am pretty bad, but I tend to know what I'm doing, so I thought maybe I'd share a bit of my knowledge of the game. As you can see up in here, I'm actually quite poor. I got hacked about a year ago, that's why I stopped playing, so I've come back and I've started trying to make some bank back, and I've never had more than 30 mil, because all I do is do Slayer for money, and I'm only level 83 Slayer, so it's nothing extravagant, but I just thought I'd get back into it with some videos. The quality of the video is going to be pretty crappy, and I'm going to improve it soon, but I just need to sort it out. And I'm sorry for the long intro, but let's get on with the guide. So the creature we're going to be killing today is black dragons, as I mentioned before, and they require 0 Slayer to kill, so they are a Slayer task, but they don't actually require Slayer. They have a combat level of 227, so they're moderately high, really easy to kill though. They have 1900 life points, which is once again fairly high, but still very easy. They have a max hit of around 214 with melee, and with their Dragonfire, without a Dragonfire shield or a Dragonfire potion, they can hit 500 plus, so those are a couple of musts, but I'll get onto that later. They are also weak to range and stab. Now, moving on to the gear, as I mentioned before, I am not rich, so I do not have top-end gear, but I do have the gear that gets me through my task fairly simply and fairly quickly. So, first of all, starting off, as a must, Slayer Helm. Doesn't have to be a Slayer Helm enchanted, but it does have to be a full Slayer Helm with the range sight and the Hex Crest. Now this means it gives you your range bonus, because if it's just a standard Slayer helmet, it only gives your melee bonus. Correct me if I'm wrong. Ava's Alerter, you get that from the quest line with Ava in it. This is the last one you get. Glory Amulet, as I said, I'm not rich, so I can afford a Fury, but there's no point in losing money over something like that. Broad Tip Bolts, they're cheap and they hit fairly high. Rune Crossbow, best crossbow I can afford, really. It's a standard crossbow, it's just what you use. Anti-Dragon Shield, as I mentioned before, to stop that Dragonfire when you're looting your stuff, but once again, I will touch on that later. Royal D'hide Body and Royal D'hide Chaps. Now they've just been released recently with the QBD, so they are better than Dragonhide and Carol's in my opinion. They give a higher range bonus, but not as high of defense to magic, but that's not what we're after, so this will do perfectly. Culminance's Gloves 10, which are commonly known as the Barrows Gloves. They just have really good stats. Snakeskin Boots for the range bonus, and a Ring of Wealth for the drops. Now, moving on to the location of these dragons, we start in the Falador West Bank, which is just down over here, where you teleport around here, just move to the West Bank. And the dungeon is over this crumbling wall, through this agility shortcut, up past this quest start point, into the Tavali dungeon down here. So you come out here. Now, there's 2 ways you can go. You can go up and right round. So I'm talking like right round. You actually have to come all the way through the animated axes, down past the poisonous scorpions, the chaos dwarfs, the lesser demons, and you have to use a dusty key to get into the blue dragons. Now that takes a long time, so if you're doing that, if you do not have 70 agility, you can just use a potion, like an energy potion, a super energy, even a terror bird if your summoning's lower, so you can even use that as your beast of burden. That just means that you won't walk all the way, and it will get you to the blue dragons quicker. Now if you have 70 agility, where you come in, you can literally just use the shortcut, and there you are. You're in the blue dragons, and you just run south. Now here is an obelisk, so if you're on your second trip and you've still got your summoning creature out, you can restore your points at this obelisk here. I'll show you how I do it, but that's just my preference. Now, moving on, you come down down past the baby blue dragons, and this is where you fish the lava eel from Hero's Quest, past the black demons, past the poisonous spiders as I said before, and into the black dragons where 2 will spawn right here. Okay, so this is how you get to the black dragons. You run south from the bank, climb over the crumbling wall, run north, run northwest. Now, as I mentioned before, if you do not have 70 agility, you're going to have to run straight ahead north and carry on right the way around. But because I do, I'm going to climb through my obstacle pipe, crawl on through. Here is the small obelisk I mentioned before where you can recharge your points. Keep running south. Here is the black dragons. So first thing you're going to want to do when you get here, stand in your first safe spot. You can stand anywhere before this line here. I choose to stand in the middle because I'm a bit OCD. Drink my ranging potion, put on my quick prayers which was set to the eagle eye, and just kill. So here is where the food may come in handy. Just let me finish killing him. So this is where the food is going to come in handy. So my gear's out here, my drops, you want to pick up the black D-hides and the D-bones, but these things, like already, I've been hit by a 203, and this is the other safe spot. So in line with this wall, or this bit of a bend here, you are safe, so I can then pray again and begin to shoot. Now, as I said, I'm very methodical about the way I plan out my inventory, and just to make it even and make sure I get the most amount of stuff that I can pick up, what I'll do is I'll eat to get my health back up. I like having it quite high, and I'll move a potion, or I'll move my tortoise or the holy wrench into that empty slot so I do not have to move these dragon bones and the dragon hide. But essentially the main thing you are after is your Slayer experience and that ever amazing Dragon Visage, the rarest drop that they have, and it is very rare, so don't get your hopes up, but good luck in getting it. Okay, so this is my first inventory, and as you can see, no Draconic Visage at the moment. They are still quite rare, but what you're going to want to do is summon your War Tortoise or your Beast of Burden of choice. And then you are going to want to open them up, store all your stuff in there, and there you go. So that's a full tortoise. And now what I'll do is I'll finish my task, and when I've finished I will show you all the loot and I will price check it, and I'll show you how much on average you will get each task. Okay, so very quickly, just going to quickly do a quick price check of what I've got. A few bloods, rune longsword, addy plate. Now this is where the money comes in. And it's a total of 600k, and that was 82 of them, so that is a very nice way to earn money. What I'll quickly do is, because I'm rebuilding my bank, you guys can witness my first remake of 10 mil. Now, most people will disagree the way I do things. I always just minus 5% and sell, because I just want them out of my inventory and out of my bank. It makes things much simpler, and here we go. If you hear any noises in the background, just ignore it. And there it is, 10 mil. Hey guys, thanks for watching my video. If you enjoyed it, remember to give it a thumbs up, and if you think there's anything I can improve on, just remember to comment down in the comment section below and just let me know what you thought. Really appreciated. I hope to bring more guides out like this one, more Slayer guides, so subscribe for those, and I will catch you on the flip side.